guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with the Collage Masterboard, which I made just using some 12 by 12 papers. It's quite a neutral one on the back. And obviously I've just collaged the front of it. And what I've got is I've got a whole bunch of different trims here. So I wanted to come along and do like a fussy collage masterboard. I haven't done any of those for absolutely ages, where we do like the cluttered collage. But instead of using like our fussy cuts and our, you know, our paper type pieces to, you know, yeah, clutter up the masterboard, I would like to use some decorative trims. So I've got here a whole bunch of different decorative trims, you know, from floral things and, you know, blingy trims and pearly trims. And I thought we would just clutter the masterboard up using these instead. Now, these are going to be, again, a little bit outside of my comfort zone, really, because they're not necessarily going to be colours that I would ordinarily put with the colours on the masterboard. So, for instance, this here, I mean, obviously, you know, it's little red florals. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily put this with this masterboard, the colours on there. But I thought, let's see what we can do and, you know, see what we can kind of make and how, you know, how we can make it look really. So, yeah, I mean, let's just get started. So I've got this obviously, you know, red one. So let's just get started with that. So I'm just going to literally be placing florals and pearls and things like that around on the masterboard. Now, obviously, you know, I don't want to use them probably in their entirety. Although, actually, now I've put that one down there, I think, that looks quite nice, actually. But I was more thinking I'm going to cut them into, you know, little pieces and stick them around like that. So I'm just going to take a few and just cut them down. And we'll just kind of like, you know, use that as our start point and, you know, work from there. So, I mean, that looked, you know, pretty nice, I think, here. So we'll just kind of go down. Now, I'm now debating after saying, no, I don't want to use them in their entirety. Like I say, that does look quite nice. So I'm wondering I might leave it there, but I might not. So we'll kind of come back to that one. I'm just going to, you know, just go around and put them where I think. So, you know, just so that we've got lots of different bits and pieces going on here, that hopefully then when we actually cut this down, and I haven't decided yet whether we're going to cut it down into pockets or whether we're going to cut it down into tags, or, you know, what we're going to use it as. But hopefully when we come to cut it down, we're going to have, like when we do the clutter collage masterboards, you know, with the paper bits, we're going to have like lots of very interesting kind of looks. So, I mean, if, for instance, we took that and cut that section as a pocket, already we've got quite a bit of interesting things going on there. So that's the plan. So I'm just kind of cutting down a few of these. Now, I do have, you know, these floral trims listed in my shop. So when I say that, I'm meaning my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk, my website. So do by all means go and have a look, you know, if you like the look of any of these trims and you want to see if I've got any. I mean, obviously I can't guarantee that they're still in stock, but definitely at the point of filming, I have got these, you know, plenty of trims listed in my shop. So yeah, do go and check them out. And I just thought this would be a different way to use them, to be honest, because it's nice to obviously do some different things, isn't it? And, you know, one of the things that I know I've talked about over, you know, the entire time that I've had my channel really is my whole struggles with having to have things, you know, matchy. And, you know, I would love to be getting out of that sort of matchy phase and, you know, not have to have things matchy really. So, yeah, I thought this might be, you know, a nice kind of project to help myself get out of that. So I'm just having a look. I think this probably goes this way up, actually. Didn't think it had a right or a wrong, but yeah, perhaps it has. So I might put that down. What do we think? I think it's quite nice like that. And maybe that there or something. Oh, then I've got lots of red actually going on there. So perhaps I'll put this one here. You know, because like I say, I want it to have lots of different colours. So what I might do is actually start gluing these down now, only because I'm thinking I'm going to struggle you know, with them moving around. So I'm just going to run some, I'm using Fabri-Tac here, straight down this whole run. Now I'm going to put my glasses on. Now it doesn't really matter if this is not really too straight, you know, I'm not going to get too stressed out about it. It will still be fine. So take this. So I'm just putting it there like that, and it's overhanging slightly on this end. So I'm going to cut it off down here at the bottom. So I'll just trim it there like that. Okay. Oops. Oh, tricky, tricky. Right. Okay. So yeah, like that. Okay, liking how that looks. Right, let's take this one, and I'm going to actually put the glue straight on to here. Like that. Okay. Can't actually remember, was that here? I think it was there. Okay, let me just get my tissue to put this down with. Otherwise, very quickly, I'm going to be completely covered with my Fabri-Tac. So we'll just put it down on here. Oops. Okay. Like that. Yeah, I just thought this would be quite a nice, you know, different way to fussy things up. So, and, you know, a different way to use your trims and things like that. So, I mean, I really do love using trims and things like that anyway. But using them slightly more, you know, like kind of greedily. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, slightly more greedily, where we're, you know, really having an abundance of things going on, then I think is quite fun and quite different. So, you know, I would ordinarily use these just, you know, perhaps individually, or, you know, just one or two flowers and things. So, I mean, having a lot of these put onto the whole masterboard, and I'm mixing them. So, you know, I'm not just having like all the pink ones or, you know, all the blue ones or whatever. I'm mixing all the colours up. So it's going to have, you know, a pretty interesting sort of appearance when it's all finished. Well, I hope it is. I mean, obviously I don't know until it's actually finished. It might not look very interesting at all. It might just look like a huge mess, but let's just see what we can come up with. So there we go. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Maybe you are doing some crafting. I hope you're having a nice time. You know, and I say this all the time, but yeah, do share below what it is you're working on, because I think it's really nice to, you know, for us to all share what we're working on. And then there's sometimes, you know, inspiration can spring from hearing what people are currently working on. So there we go. I have to say, this masterboard was a bit of a push outside my comfort zone as well, because I've tried to mix in papers that I, you know, wouldn't ordinarily put together either. So it's come together in quite an eclectic way, which I thought, you know, was another reason for then doing this sort of thing, you know, because it's got a lot of different you know, looks to what I would perhaps ordinarily go for. So just going to glue this pearly trim down now. So, and I've just cut that into like little sections, so little rows of 3, except for this one, which is a row of 2, but only because it was, you know, that length, so there wasn't enough to get 3 rows of 3. Okay, and just put that on there. Okie dokie. I mean, it's looking gorgeous, isn't it? I have to say, really loving how it's looking so far. Now, got this peachy sort of colour. This might be, it might be a step too far. I don't know. Let's just see. Just take that one down. Oh, it's getting really chilly today. I don't know why it's you know, the weather's just, yeah, turned a chilly or taken a chilly turn, perhaps I should say. It's, yeah, it's a little bit on the cold side. Oh, I might have that one there. So, like that, okay. Not sure about these ones. Oh, that one's quite nice running down there, actually. For some reason, I have put these, or I've tended to put these on the joins of the collage. Each one that I've used, I've generally put it across the joins. Again, that wasn't really an intentional move. That was just, you know, how this has evolved. I don't know what it would look like if I was to just randomly put them in the middle. For some reason, I feel like that would look strange, you know, to just have it like there, for example. That just feels a little bit off to me, but you know, I guess it's another one of those projects that could work in any way. So yeah, let's pop that one down there. Oops. And like I said, I mean, I'm not sure yet what we're going to do with this. So, you know, if it's tags or if it's pockets or whatever, you know, maybe that would determine how strange it would look. Because maybe then I'll think, oh, it would have looked better if it was not on the joins, or, you know, would have looked better on the joins. So, yeah, perhaps we'll have that one there. Just going to use the hot glue for this pearly trim because I think that's sort of easier, really, for the plasticky pearls. Okay. Lacking pearls over on this side now, I think, so. Or maybe there. Quite nice, isn't it? Okay. Right, now what other ones? So we've got quite a few gaps here, so yeah, got quite a bit of filling in left to do. So I'm thinking this may be along here. Oops. Yeah, it's just something a bit different and a bit fun, really. There we go. Loving these colours together. I mean, it's so strange, but, you know, I really don't, you know, mix up colours very much. I do struggle with that. And, you know, whenever I see other people's things where they've mixed the colours, I just absolutely love it. And I have to say, so far, I'm loving how this is looking with all the different colours. It really looks very, very, very pretty, doesn't it? You know, but it's quite hard to get yourself out of that. And I know I've said before, but, you know, in life, I think we generally go through life trying to match everything up. You know, you kind of put an outfit together, hoping it's coordinated beautifully. And to then sort of intentionally mix things up and sort of, you know, clash them, it feels very, very peculiar, doesn't it? Oops. You know, because it's sort of against the grain, isn't it? It's against what we normally do and every other thing that we do, where we're, you know, trying to match things perfectly. We're actually trying to do the exact opposite here, aren't we? So I've put that one down, I've put that one down. So I've just got this one now. I'm just going to see if we could have this. Let's have a look. I'm not sure now. Maybe, no, I don't know. Oh, maybe there. It's always a bit hard to tell which is the front and which is the back of these, I find. Okay. Right, have I put them all on yet? No. Just checking. I couldn't remember what bits I glued down and which I hadn't, so I just thought I'd tip it up and see what dropped off. Okay. So we've got quite a glut here with no, you know, no trims on it. So yeah, I might fill in a little bit of that, or maybe that one there. Okay. Right, let's see what what else we want to put on. So I really am loving how it's looking, I must say. But yeah, I'm not decided yet how we're going to use this. So I may struggle to use it. I don't know. Or it might just turn into one of those things that then I'm wanting to hoard because I love the appearance of it so much. Who knows? I can sort of sense that happening. It's feeling a little bit like it's going to be one of those, you know, potential danger zone pieces where it's going to be, oh, I'd rather hoard it than use it. It's just got that kind of thing going on. So yeah, it's definitely heading for the danger zone. So I've just put a couple more bits, you know, like that. I'm just going to hot glue these on, I think, because yeah, I think the hot glue will be actually better. So that one. And we have this one. Like that. Okay. And we've got this one here. Okay. That one down there. Okay, like that. Right, now let's get rid of those hot glue threads. Want do we think? A bit more of this pearly trim. I'm just sort of having a look. I've also got some lace. I'm not yet sure whether I really want to kind of like go down the lace route or not. So let's just sort of see what we're doing here, and then, you know, may or may not add some lace portions. So we'll just kind of play it by ear a bit. I wonder if we could have that on there. I don't necessarily want everything or want it going right the way down there. It feels a bit weird. I'll take this into a 2. So have that there. Oops. Well, that's quite nice along there. Okay. Yeah, this looks very kind of regal, doesn't it? Regal and sort of fairy tale like. I really do love how it's looking. It's just super, super pretty, I must say. So, like that. Right. Okay. Now, do we want any more flowers, or do we want to try some lace? I'm just going to try this. This might be kind of like, you know, one colour too many, because we've got quite a bit going on now. So this is, you know, yet another colour flower. So it might be like, oh, stop with the adding so many different colours of flowers. Well, that's quite nice there, actually. Again, just need to sort of gauge which is the right side and the wrong side. I normally do that by, if I run my finger or my thumb along the flowers, one side is suddenly rougher than the other side. And that then normally, you know, makes it a bit more obvious which is the right and the wrong side. Okay. Oh, I mean, how gorgeous and scrumptious is this looking? So I've just got these tiny little bits of lace. Now, these are just offcuts from something else. So I'm just going to see, you know, these might be kind of like too much. I don't know. But I'm just going to see whether we'd want to have these like anywhere. Okay, oops. I mean, they are quite nice, aren't they? So let's just pop that one down there. Okay. Oops. Okay. And then this one. Okie dokie. Like that. Just got another bit here. So, I mean, you know, these are just scraps kind of thing that have been laying around on the desk. So this is a brilliant way to just use some of those up. Like that. Okay. Oh my goodness. I mean, how lovely is this looking? Absolutely love it. Very, very, very pretty, isn't it? Okay, just check there's nothing dropping off. Right, I've got some other scraps here, so let's just see. Oh, no, maybe I haven't. Oh, I might be now out of my little tiny bits of scraps, so I might have to now pull in, you know, non-scraps. But again, I'm going to make them more like scraps by just cutting down quite a lot. Cutting that sort of curly header piece off. And then, yeah, I'm going to cut these down so they're much smaller. I think probably the lace kind of works okay so long as it's very small pieces. I think it would, you know, almost like swamp it if it was too much. But I think so long as we're going with very tiny bits, we can get away with it. So tiny is the way to go here. Okay, just lift those leaves up and put that sort of under the leaves of it. Those flowers, yep, okay, and then this one. Okay, like that. Oops, one more piece. Let's just check. What do we think to that there? I mean, it's same old thing, you know. I think it's too much, and then when I move it, I think, oh no, it does look better with it. So, and I always do that, you know, whenever I've tried things. At first, I think, oh no, that's, you know, a step too far, and then I put it down, and I think, oh no, that does look good. So yeah, quite liking that. And then just take this down. Oops. Okay. I hope I'm still in frame. So yeah, maybe this one down just there or here. No, not there. Here. So yeah, just kind of like here around those. Oh, that's so cute, isn't it? Very, very cute. So yeah, okay. So we've got quite a bit going on there. Now, do we want to make journal cards? Do we want to make tags, or do we want to make pockets? So I'm just kind of having a think. So this is a 12 by 12 piece. So we could cut these into tags. That would be rather lovely. Oh, and I have to say they do look very lovely actually. Right, let me get my clear tag templates. Right, okay. So I've got one of my clear tag templates here. So I can use this. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut this over. Now I'm going to go in slightly. Oh, there was a really weird noise outside just then. So like that, and then just here. Now, what I need to do is obviously try and avoid just a little bit of that flower trim. So I'm just then cutting it here like that, okay? So obviously that's quite a tall, skinny tag. I mean, personally, I think that's quite nice, you know, and I do like my tags being irregular shapes, or not shapes, well, sometimes shapes, sizes, you know, I don't think it's all that interesting when they're all the same. So for me, I think this is nice when they're, you know, they're all different. So just going to take my template and just use it here to cut my corner. And then what I'll do is I'll just take that corner across to here to ensure that it's the same size. Like that. Okay. There we go. I have to excuse all my glue threads, I'm afraid. It's been a bit of a thready project. But yeah, just needed to cut that down slightly because it obviously went astray. But oh my goodness. I mean, look at that as a tag. I mean, personally, I don't even think that needs anything else. I think it just looks absolutely gorgeous just as it is. But you could then always add just one or two other things. So I'm just going to put that to one side. Let's do another one. So, right, do we want to do... Should we do this as a tag? I mean, oh my goodness. These look absolutely scrumptious. I mean, I loved how this... you know, Masterboard looked anyway. I thought the colours were just, well, just scrummy. But yeah, as tags cut down now, they look absolutely lovely. So again, just got to do a bit of tidying of this up because of course I've not, you know, not made a very good job of it. But we'll just trim it up down the edges a little bit like that, and then just take our corners one and then this one. Now the reason why I went a little bit awry just now was because of course I had to cut through the floral trim, so that kind of just made my corner not sit on there very nicely. But yeah, that one was a bit better. So I'm just going to just trim this side down slightly. Like that. Just take that flower down. Oh my goodness. I mean, aren't they just lovely? Really, really, really love them. And, you know, this is the type of thing that I would never be able to, you know, just ad hoc get this kind of appearance if I cut these out from a collage masterboard and then thought, oh, I'm just going to stick some flower trims on. I wouldn't actually be able to achieve this. You know, this looks very, not specific, it looks random actually. But, you know, if I was just gluing flower trims onto a collage once it was cut into tags, I probably wouldn't get these results. So this is a really nice, different way to do it, I think. So I'm just having a look now. Shall we do one here? So again, just... you know, taking this as a very rough template. I mean, so I'm going to just put that into there. And we'll just cut that down like that. Okay. Yeah, that looks okay. And then just, yeah, take my corners. I'm just wondering whether I want it that way or that way. I'm going to have it this way. So, yeah, 1 and 2, like that. Don't they just look lovely? So, and these are predominantly, you know, they're my lace papers. So they're the pale purple lace, and these are the rich, that might be the rich purple lace. And then, yeah, just some others mixed in there. I think this might be from my... either the birds or the Regency papers, and then some book page. But don't they just look lovely? And, you know, they're all pages that I ordinarily wouldn't really have thought to put together. But they have come together in such a gorgeous, gorgeous way, haven't they? So, yeah, let's put that one to one side. So now I'm wondering whether we want to just maybe make like some belly bands and some pockets and things like that, rather than just make all tags. You know, make some other bits instead. So... I'm just going to pull in this so as I just check if this is too tall for, you know, a typical journal. So it's okay. So what I might do is just cut it down sort of here along the length. And then, can I get 2 out of here? Not sure. yeah, I'm going to, or we could do that as a pocket. No, I'm going to do that as a belly band because I really do love it. So I'm going to just go here. Hopefully avoided that little row of flowers. So, oops, time will tell. Okay. So that's my belly band. Now, this is actually too tall for my book page, so I'm just going to cut it down slightly, which would hopefully make it, you know, a better height. Now, I tend to do my journals A4, which is our standard kind of printer page size. So that obviously now, you know, that's an A4 height belly band. Not belly, yeah. There we go. Oh my goodness, isn't that just gorgeous? Absolutely love it. Right, so let's see what we want to do with the rest of this. It was good that I've cut into this because, to be honest, I definitely would struggle to cut into this. If I had left this on the desk, I would have hoarded it and it would never ever be used. So I think it was, yeah, a good thing that I kind of, you know, went straight in and cut it down. I'm just wondering, I was kind of thinking maybe like that. So yeah, perhaps we'll cut this one down here. Okay. Like that. Okay. So that can then be a little, you know, side tuck or a journal card, to be honest, because don't forget this was on, you know, the back is very neutral. So you could use these as, you know, pull-ins or, you know, or pockets. So let's have a look. Just wondering whether this would be better as, I mean, we could do a belly band there. Could do a wide belly band. It would have to be quite wide. Oh, and you see, it's a bit of a shame to lose this now. So could do pockets. Now I'm not sure whether I've got enough to do that as a pocket and that. They would be quite thin. And then what would I do with this piece, of course? So I have this as a little sort of corner tuck. It's a bit weird, isn't it? But I think I'm going to have to make this some sort of belly band or tag. And I'm going to have to lose a little bit from the side, which is a shame. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut this up here. Like that, okay. Right, not very straight, so I'm going to go in from the back where I can hopefully make a little bit of a better job. Oh my goodness, not so far. Not made a better job of this so far. In fact, I would say possibly even a worse job. I mean, how on earth could I have made a worse job of that? For heaven's sake, it was pretty bad in the first place. Yeah, I've actually made it even worse. Right, I'm going to just cut this down here. Then just, oops, trimming it off at the bottom. It's quite hard to cut because, of course, you're cutting then through the paper and then just suddenly it gets like the lumpy bit of the flowers. And then that then, you know, causes your scissors to jolt, you know, and go off skew-if. Right, that's going to be a belly band. I have to say, isn't that just, oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm going to have to trim it down here because that looks terrible. Right, yeah. Absolutely love that. Okay, so then all we're left is with this piece. So I'm just going to obviously cut this down and, you know, probably make this into a tag or something. So like that. Okay, and we'll just go down this edge Do that edge a little bit. Okay. Right, and then just cut some corners into here. That one. That one. Like that. Okay. Oops, just going to tidy it up at the bottom. Oh. Like that, yeah. Okay, so let's get rid of these little bits here. So loving these bits that we've cut. Let's have a look and see what we've got. So we've got a couple of belly bands, you know, vertical belly bands. We've got a couple of pocket pieces, which now I can't even, oh no, just maybe one pocket piece. And then we've got 4 absolutely beautiful tags. Aren't they just, oh, absolutely yummy, yummy, yummy. So obviously I don't feel like these really need a lot because, you know, the main decoration is already the very pretty, you know, flower trims and things. But what I've got is I've just got these layered butterflies, which we made these, I think we've made them in a mass make actually. And I just thought, to be honest, you could just literally finish this off with like a butterfly. Oh, I've got this big one. It's probably, yeah, probably a bit too monstrous for, well, I mean, weirdly, I quite like that on there, but I don't know whether it's too much, it's drowning it, or whether it's, again, just wish that I was live and I could hear you guys, whether you are like, no, that looks awful, take it off, take it off. Or whether actually you're like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I wish that I could hear what you think. So I've got these like little sheet music ones. They're quite nice. So, right, let's move these out the way a bit so that I can actually do them, you know, one at a time. So do we need to ink this up? Let's do a little bit of inking. So this is just my vintage photo Distress Oxide, and just going just around the edge, a little bit of inking, just around the edge, not over the whole kind of thing. And then, yeah, should we have the butterfly on there? What do we think? I mean, I like it either way, but to be honest, I think the butterfly does look, you know, pretty nice, and it does sort of give it a bit of a wow sort of appearance, doesn't it? Which, yeah, is really, really lovely. And then I'm thinking, I've got this velvet ribbon, which we could have, or we could even have just maybe a little bit of velvet or something to the side. And just have a look. Maybe something like that. Now I'm wondering whether we want some trim going down the butterfly. This is probably too thin, I think. You know, it's not going to look really quite significant enough on the butterfly. Oops. But again, let's try it, because you don't know until you try things. Oh, I don't know now. Again, just wish that I could hear you guys. I mean, I quite like the gold. Strangely, I do actually quite like the gold showing on that butterfly. I mean, this was a butterfly that I'd had for years in, yeah, in some sort of kit. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of thinking the gold's quite nice. It's different, you know, a different look to perhaps what I would use ordinarily. I mean, the problem with the pearls, they're obviously, you know, they're similar to what we've used. Oh, I've now lost the bit of bling that I cut down just now, so I'm going to have to just cut another piece. Oh, right. Let's try this. Oh, let's just have the bling, shall we? Because otherwise I could be here all day just deliberating and chopping and changing my mind. So yeah, let's just commit to something. Like that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that looks very pretty, doesn't it? Now, I would like to head this off with something, I think. So something around the edge, either like some lace or ruffle or something like that. So I've just got this purple and turquoise lace. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that this is going to look great, but let's just try this. Oh, it's a bit too turquoise, isn't it? Yeah. Not that. Okay, I've got some purple, well, not purple, but lilac ribbon. Do we want that sort of scrumpled up down here? I love the organza ribbon, but yeah, for some reason it's not, you know, it's not impactful enough, is it, on here? So I think let's try a bit of pom-pom trim. I mean, I'm just pulling in sort of things that are laying around. Right, not that either. Oh, that's really annoying, isn't it? Unless I try and ruffle this up somehow. Could have that maybe just stapled on at the bottom. So let me just cut this down. It brings out the green in the leaves, which I think is, you know, really nice. So like that. Now, where did I see my stapler just now? Yeah, over there. Okay. So we're just going to, yeah, staple this. Oh my goodness. Like that. And like this. Oh my gosh. So like, oh, let's actually come off of there. Right. Let me just tidy this up. Oh, don't know what had gone on there. So I'm just going to cut this slightly shorter because this ribbon now, obviously, you know, it's a bit too long. It looks a bit weird. Oh. Let me just, yeah, cut that down. I mean, I've lost my little dovetail edge, but that's fine. I don't mind. So, yeah, isn't that just gorgeous? So that would be just a pocket on a page, obviously just, you know, tucking things in like that. But it looks so pretty, doesn't it? And just a completely different look because we've, you know, obviously collaged the page up. Sorry, I'm just adding some extra glue just anywhere where I think the trim, you know, isn't quite as secure as it perhaps could be. And then we've obviously, you know, decorated it with the gorgeous trims and things. So absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? So let's put that to one side. Right, let's do a belly band. So let's just take this one. So again, just going to go around the edge with my vintage photo. And, you know, I mean, obviously inking's optional. You don't have to do that. But I do like to ink if possible. I'm going to go around the edge of my little layer butterfly. And like with all these things, you know, if you've got these elements ready-made, so, I mean, you may have made some of these layered butterflies with me in the mass making, it just makes then bringing your whole piece together kind of instant. You know, within 2 seconds, we've cut our board down, just dug out our ready-made butterflies, popped them on, popped a little bit of ink around the edge, and then just like on the other one, that velvet ribbon. And yeah, I'm trying this ribbon again now on this one. And then that's your whole piece just come together and finished. So yeah, I mean, definitely would recommend having some, you know, some ready-made pieces there, because, you know, it's how to make then very effortless, very fast ephemera. Now, just wondering whether I want to have this before, yeah, I do. So I'm just going to put this lace on. Now, obviously, I'm going to have a bit of a problem here because this is still going to be wet glue. So yeah, we're going to put the lace on like that. Okay, and yep, trim that down here. Okay, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful here because obviously my lace is, you know, still wet where I've just that second glued that on. So let's just take our ribbon. So yeah, I would recommend obviously doing this when it's dry, but okay, so that one, and then yeah, oops. Okay. Oh. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? The difference just these little sort of finishing touches make to a project, you know, or to a, you know, to a piece. I mean, it looked, you know, it looked pretty nice just as the belly band as it was. But I mean, once we've put just, you know, the butterfly and just the lace and the ribbon, it just takes it to that another level, doesn't it? So there we go. And so that's your belly band piece then to pop on a page. I mean, how gorgeous is that? It looks absolutely lovely, doesn't it? So we'll put that to one side. Okay, let's finish off now one of the tags. So we'll just do this one. I've just, you know, picked the tag at random. You know, nothing special about this one. So I'm just checking that my paper and everything is all glued down nicely, because sometimes when you cut a masterboard, you know, apart, it can obviously not disrupt the papers, but you know, the papers maybe aren't fully glued down everywhere. So I always like to, you know, to just check. So again, just quickly ink this around the edges with my vintage photo. Okay, like that. Okie dokie. I might just go around the edge of here as well, because obviously this is the tag. So you're going to see the back of this when you come to obviously use it and journal on it. Whereas the other two pieces would be technically glued down. Although, I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't use those as tags or journal cards and things either. So, you know, you can use these things as you fancy. Now, just checking, because I've got this purple flowers. This again might look weird because I've got flowers obviously all over already. It might look very strange having a flower centre for the butterfly. Yeah, it does really. So yeah, not that. Let me try a bit of bling. So I've just got this. This is too much. Probably just need two little strands of bling. Gosh, like that. There we go. So that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? Now, do we like it down there or up here? I mean, strangely up here, I think looks perhaps better. Yeah, so let's do that. Okay, and then this. Ah, yes, I'm still persevering with my nails. Now, I do film ahead, so I may have had periods of having nails and periods of not having my nails done. So, yeah. It's not that I'm constantly having them on and off. It's just, obviously, I film, you know, ahead, and then they're not necessarily going up in any sort of sequence. So, yeah, that's why sometimes I maybe have got them and sometimes I maybe haven't. Right, okay, so loving how that looks. Now, do we want to have a bow at the top here? I mean, I do love, you know, having bows on the top of tags, to be honest. You know, I think they always look really very pretty with a bow. So let's just take that. Obviously, I need to be a bit careful because that flower trim, I mean, it's sort of in the way, really. Like that. And yeah, I'm just going to use that same very pretty lilac ribbon. Oops. Like that. Okay. Like that. Oops. Just tie our bow. like that. Just do that slightly smaller there. Oh my goodness, I mean, how pretty does that look? Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? I'm just going to then snip off this here like that. And then what I like to do, and I know I've said this lots of times, but I just like to put a little dab of hot glue there, which then just holds that bow in place. And it's a double, you know, function, because A, it obviously holds it in place, and B, it stops the bow obviously from coming undone. So it's just, you know, it's just a good thing to do really from both of those things. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that tag? I'm actually wondering whether we could put another butterfly on there, but it could be too much. Yeah, well, that's a bit too much, isn't it? Let me just see if I've got another one that might be better. No. Although that's not too bad, but no, I don't think so, because I quite like it that way, but then it's like facing the same way, which I always think is a bit strange. You know, if you had them then in the same way, although it's a bit better like that. Oh, do you know, I'm going to leave it like that because I actually think it looks very pretty, just, you know, the collage and the flower trims being like the star of the show. So yeah, I think that's, you know, that's all it needs. So let's bring in the pieces that we did, because we probably are, you know, running out of time now to be able to do many more. So I've still got obviously another 3 tags that I can just finish off and, you know, finish making. I've got another piece for another sort of wider belly band, so that's that one. Obviously that was the tag that we've completed. That's the pocket that we've completed, and that's the belly band that we've completed. So yeah, I mean, I hope you like them. Maybe it's given you just some other different ideas for how to use your trims and things to do with your collage masterboards. You know, it's just a slightly different sort of take and a bit of a different look for them. So yeah, I hope you like them, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.